snap, oh snap, oh snap. Welcome everybody to the Jerkmonger Show, Epic Doodles, episode 14 with Daniel Dulitzky. I always have a hard time saying your name, brother. How you doing today? Oh, yeah, I have you muted. I have to unmute you. Hold on. Oh, it's not working. Are you there? Oh, I did it wrong again. Give me a second. I did it wrong again. Are you muting? I'm messing you up, Daniel. Hold on. Daniel, where are you at? Sketch Therapy is on here. What's up, man? I made a mistake here. I made a terrible mistake. I seem to have muted Daniel forever. Daniel, there?
Over, yeah, I'm here, man. What's up?
Okay, you had to unmute yourself. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Woo! Scurry. That was scurry. I said, man, it's a terrible start, but we're gonna redeem our time here, brother. We're gonna redeem our time. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jerkmonger Show. We got 6 people watching right now. I appreciate all you guys here. John Piner, how you doing today? I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being such a willing and able moderator. If you don't mind this time, sir, I appreciate you. Duraken, I see there are no words. Well, that's because we were having technical difficulties. I made mistakes. Sketch Therapy, ¿qué es la que hay, papata? Está todo bien. All right, we are good. We are good. Maybe he muted himself. I see his avatar. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. All right, kids. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. I'm super excited to be here today with my friend Daniel, or Danielle, as he knows I tend to butcher his name quite a bit. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, Daniel? Where are you from, and why is it I have a hard time saying your name?
The name is Eastern European, I think, but I'm originally from Israel.
Originally from Israel. And so is that a suitable reason why I can't say your name?
You mean the last name or the first name?
Your first name.
Oh, the first name. I don't know, man. It's the biblical name, you know. It's Daniel.
Daniel, right? So that's what it is. I know in cultures like Puerto Rico and other Latin cultures, we say Daniel all the time. But sometimes people will hear Danielle, which of course in America is a feminine name. But you are clearly not a feminine. In fact, you're a beast of a man. Quite handsome as well, I must say. All right, I'm going to do a quick screen share here. I want you guys to kind of see some of Danielle's work and why I asked him to join me today. Let me give everyone a little bit of there's some information about him. It's you can find him at Daniel Dulitzky on Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yes.
And also here, I'm about to share his ArtStation page, and this is really what I kind of want everyone to see. Oh, I think I have. Here we go. Here we go. So basically, you guys can see here what amounts to the breadth of his work here. Definitely a fantastic illustrator. I know that I started following you a while back. I fell in love with one of your. It was like a carrot or something, or some kind of food item that you had done, or banana. That's what it was, right?
Yeah. This group on the right.
This right here.
Yeah. So it started as a homework for concept art course, and after that I took 2 of those characters and I did them in 3D.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. Let me see what else we have in here. Do we just go through the section? Okay, so we're looking at some more of your work here. Losing points with the Kylo avatar, -5 cool points. Addie's Duraken, whatever your name. I can't say your name either. Duraken. It's like a shuriken, but not really. Whatever. All right, so yeah, there you go. There goes the whole set. So these are awesome, man. And talk to me about what this was all about here, as far as like what was your concept and how did you follow it through for these guys? Is it just great?
The main point of the homework was to basically work with shape design, in particular to how to emphasize character traits just by using specific shapes. So let's say the bad guys have more triangles or sharper triangles, and then that's the top row. Okay. So you can see the difference between the bad strawberry and the good strawberry.
That's cool, clever.
And then checking how you can make heavier characters to still seem lovable as compared to the heavier strawberry to the heavier carrot.
Even these two right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you made one look like a monster for sure, and the other one kind of looks monstrous, but he looks so friendly.
Yeah.
He's so friendly. Like,
A
I want to
little bit
squish
of
him.
chocolate on them.
Yeah, if I squeeze him, he might give me some juice. That sounds not nice. So yeah, so this is for you guys to check out. You can see here the kind of work that he's capable of. We're good friends. We've been kind of palling around now for a couple of years, right?
Yes.
And a lot of my, I think I found you originally on DeviantArt. Is that right? Is that where you did you have
Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, I've been kind of stalking you on Instagram.
well, you know, stalking's
Yeah.
good.
On Instagram and Facebook, my DeviantArt. Damn, I didn't touch that thing for a long time.
I think that's where I first saw your stuff, and I think that's how I connected with you with your work on Instagram.
Man,
As I was looking at that stuff. Yeah. So talk to me about this design right here. What you got going on here with this Dr. Octopus?
Yeah, so that's a recent commission for a very cool gentleman that gave me the opportunity to do some interesting paintings. So it's Dr. Octopus, but he asked for a biological version of Dr. Octopus where it's less of the mechanic arms. And because the old suit seemed like a diver suit anyway, so I just connected a nasty alien-like octopus to his back and his head.
Wow, you know what? It occurred to me just now that everyone that's watching on Instagram has no idea what's going on. So those of you who are Instagram, I apologize. I'm doing a simulcast today, guys. I'm on YouTube and also on Instagram, and I'm going over Daniel Dulitzky's work. So if you guys are interested in checking him out, you can check him here on Instagram under at Daniel Dulitzky, or as you can see, we're doing this live show here, and you can hear his voice, which you probably can't hear his voice usually on Instagram because, well, it's that sort of thing. But there's another one here. So what's going on here with this Joker?
Same gentleman, same Patreon, if you would, and he wanted just for it to look like the clown prince of crime. And nice. I made it as clown-like as I felt comfortable with. I didn't really go with the whole triangle around the eyes, and although it might have worked, now that I'm thinking about it. But it was really cool. I checked some really old portraits and the way they used light and shadow. This is a little washed out. It's a scan, actually. I think there's a photograph of it that does it a little bit more justice. But it's the whole really classic way of lighting a portrait, and you know, putting a little bit of bloodstains on his gloves and a little bit on his face, just a little bit.
That is sick, man. That is sick. So obviously you're an accomplished illustrator. Obviously you've done great work. Sayad Graphic on Instagram is saying, "Hi, you are very good." Well, yes, he is. He is very good. You're obviously an accomplished illustrator. You obviously have a great eye, and I know from talking with you that we often discuss this. We have conversations about art in general, not necessarily business. I'm a very business oriented kind of dude, but it's more about, we talk about how we do stuff, the actual act of art versus the commerce of art. What are some of the other things that you do when it's not for work, that's not just pursuing art and your passion for it? What are some of the other things? Like here, I'm looking at this Thumbelina VizDev digital painting process. Talk to us about this.
All right, so that was, I made it as a portfolio piece for a convention in Burbank. It's called CTNX. I think I told you about it. Amazing convention, especially if you're an artist and you go to attend there. It's like a candy shop. It's insane. And they provide portfolio reviews. And I was pursuing the career of concept art and visual development. So that's one of the pieces that I made for the portfolio.
Yeah, man, you got some crazy good stuff, man. I love your layouts, and your lighting is always really good.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
To detail. All right. Well, one of the things that we are doing tonight with Danielle is also to discuss kind of some of the stuff that say, stay away from Joaquin Phoenix Joker. LOL. That's what Jose Alicia says on YouTube. One of the things we want to do tonight, if you would be so kind as to activate your window, we are.
Yes.
Daniel's is a partner to a degree, in one form or fashion or another, with a company that I started with my business partner Andy Rivera. We have something called Big Bridge Designs. Big Bridge Designs is right now is the storefront for some new product, but Danielle's also working on some new things. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're actively challenged with that we've given you the task to do?
Yeah. So basically, I've been doing 3D art for a few years and been into 3D printing for a little less time than that, but a fair amount of time. And we thought about making one of those really cool characters from your Mini Mongers series to a 3D print and maybe make a really cool statue. Is it the right term?
Yeah, I think so. A figurine or figure,
Yeah, a
yeah.
figurine. Yeah, I mean a mini statue or figurine. So we thought it's going to be cool to show it live while I'm working on it.
Oh, this is super exciting, man. I love this. I love this. Are you working in ZBrush?
I work with this is 3D Studio Max,
3D Studio Max. Okay.
and I do work with ZBrush. I will probably bounce back and forth. Uh,
Why?
I'm still faster in this program.
What is the benefit to 3D Studio Max over ZBrush or vice versa?
I don't think that for something like that there is a clear advantage. It's just I'm really used to work with 3 Studio Max, so I can be really fast with it. And ZBrush I get to work with a little less, so it's still a little sluggish for me. But anything that regarding sculpting you can do, you can completely do it in ZBrush the whole time without going into other programs.
Mm. So right now you're developing. Okay, I see. So you're just like you're producing like the initial sculpting tool, or
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get the general proportion in the beginning. Try to align the camera about to the drawing, as it's a 2D drawing. And I'm just gonna figure out the scale of everything, where everything sits, and then I'll start slowly going into details. So it's working from big to small proportions, then some general forms, and after everything is nice, we can start polishing and go through the details. If we'll have time to do it today, if not, I'll just continue.
yeah, absolutely. I think we're only planning on being here. I mean, we're about 15 minutes in approximately. So we're only going to be on here for about an hour or so. I just wanted to kind of introduce you guys to my man and get you guys on the YouTube here and also live on Instagram, just to kind of get a sense of kind of what's happening here. I will be shutting down Instagram Live shortly, so if you guys are interested in joining us, if you are on Instagram Live, you may want to come over, check us out. In fact, I'll probably put a quick link somewhere. I can't. This is why it's hard to go back and forth through YouTube and Instagram, because there's no interface.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Some things they're doing it through the phone, right? They're doing Instagram through the phone and everything else through the computer.
I think it's everything. There's some things through the computer a little bit, but John Piner says, Danielle, you're very talented. Yeah, he's very talented. Aaron Betty says, hey, man, what's going on? Slow. Let's see. So Tomb is responding to, we got Lab Comics is in. That's Andy's hanging out with us. I appreciate you, brother. Yes. So continue. Thank you, John, for putting the Danielle's link in the chat. Anyway, while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and activate my window as well. I'm going to share some of my stuff. I have some work I got to do. So instead of me trying to show anything like that off, I think I've messed up my camera here. Let's let me activate my camera here. Oh, I see. It's pointing to. No, I don't want to do that. It's like a. Oh, I know why. So I'm still sharing. Oh, I know why. I gotta stop sharing. I'm so stupid. Anyway, Donald T. Delay, what's going on, Donald? I want to get one of those mini mongers. Oh, snap, homie. Everybody wants the mini mongers. Everybody does. What's wrong with y'all peoples? All right, so I'm going to just do some actually, I want to work on a couple of mini mongers myself. I'll be developing a couple of new pieces here for some folks. So I wanted to kind of just start off my thing. You can kind of see us bounce back and forth, I guess. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think originally it's set to whoever is speaking, but then if you remove that, you have to manually keep switching.
Well, what happens is our voices will activate each other's camera. So as soon as you speak, so I'll keep asking you questions. I'll start off with just saying, so tell me about the other kind of work you do. What are some of the other type of jobs that you do, or the different type of tasks that you're responsible for on your regular, I know you're a freelance artist, right? Independent?
Yeah. I've been a freelance artist for a few years now. And I'm a 3D generalist, illustrator, and production designer.
3D generalist sounds like it has something to do with genitalia. I'm just asking.
Yeah, so technically I take anything for 3D production, for animation or games. I can pretty much do everything from the initial design up to animation. I'm not an animator by any stretch, so it's modeling, texturing, doing the rigging, putting in the control so the animator can move the character, some rendering, lighting, and other than that, I work a lot with After Effects. I got to do some visual effects for a music video. Just got a few awards, and some documentaries that are cool.
What? You're like international man.
Yeah, also. International man of mystery. And I've been recently working on a project for Sonic the Hedgehog, through a really cool studio that I've worked with before. I'm pretty excited about that.
Is it for a game or is it for an animation?
It's animation. It's an animation that's made for the game. I think that there's one of them is already out. It's the Sonic Mania on YouTube. There's like a few shorts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a fun project, and the client is really great to work with. So that's always very positive.
Let me see here. I'm trying to get some people. Okay, I'm gonna be confused here. I'm expecting my wife to call me anytime. She always calls me when I'm in the middle of a show like this, and then I end up having weird buzzing sounds on my phone, and I'm not. Okay. So Donal's excited. So Donal, just so everybody in the chat knows, we're super excited for Donal now. So they have Brutus, the badass, is doing really well. It says, according to John Piner here, it's up to 25,990. Excellent stuff, guys. Congratulations on your Indiegogo campaign. Super excited for you guys. So yeah, so we one of the things that we're talking about doing more of is working together, right, Danielle?
Yes, definitely.
To work more on a variety of projects. If you guys go to the site called bigbridgedesigns.com, you will see some of the mini monger stuff there, along with my other black and red materials. But we are definitely expanding into other new things, and this is kind of a little bit of a taste of some of what you can expect from us. We're looking at expanding into doing more figures and statuary and that sort of thing. So we're really excited about that, as well as some other new ideas. And it was a fortuitous, as some might say, to expand our friendship. I know we started just kind of like enjoying each other's artwork on Instagram, but then we started to kind of think, hey man, what if we took it further? What if we teamed up and formed like Voltron of art?
Oh man, that's awesome.
I'm not sure how awesome that is, because that sounds like a disgusting human centipede thing. But when it's not that, it's looking pretty cool. So talk to me what you got going on now. This looks like Star Trek. What's happening?
Yeah. Again, I'm just putting the head and the main body, and I'm trying to see because how their relationship will be in the front, which is this view, or from the side, to be able to get to that shape and pose in the drawing. So either the head will be really back, or I can push it to the side a little bit and then bring it forward.
How will you know if it's balanced or not? You know, like how will you know if that when it becomes a three-dimensional object, a physical object, that it actually can stand without tipping over?
You can kind of tell it like by eye if you see it. As long as the center of mass is between the two legs, it will be okay. You can actually run it through a process in one of the programs to check for you if it's balanced or not. But for something like that, where the base is very wide and the head is not as wide as the base, it will be very hard to make it not stable.
Right. What if it was something that like a character was flying or something like that? How would you handle that?
Yeah. You can 3D print something to hold it, like an arch, and just do it in a very transparent resin. Or put a stick in it. Make it stand with a stick. Not as exciting.
I like that. I love that. I've seen people do it too, where like I've seen small figurines done and they'll have like a little post or a clear plastic post.
Yes, exactly.
And then maybe drill it. There's a hole drilled into the base, and then you just fit it in there. That's all that stuff is pretty. What I love about this stuff that we're talking about here is really great, man. And guys, this is one of the things. We have 25 people watching now, so I'm excited for you guys to come on board. But one of the things I really am excited about is not just the process and how this is working, but guys, it just goes to show that it's really about how you spend your time. I know some of you guys really enjoy using social media. I would recommend that you try to find those ways to connect with people and meet people outside of your normal circles. And for me, it was just a normal, natural thing to meet artists on Instagram, and Danielle is one of them, to be able to connect and here we were able to kind of do some business together and make some things happen. It's not as unapproachable or unachievable as some people might make it seem, but it's neat to know that there are people with similar aspirations and similar passions to push through and to create some new things, some new stuff. I know for me personally, I've been a toy guy forever, so I'm kind of giddy. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. As I'm seeing you do this, I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. Just to see the beginning stages of that, and because I've been collecting. Well, my wife would call it junk, but I say it's fantastic stuff.
Yeah. I've seen your studio. It's pretty awesome. It's like a shrine to coolness,
or to my own foolishness. But yeah, man, that's the kind of stuff I love. Man, I love 3D. I love sculpture. I did it for a little while. I did a piece for a friend of mine, and I did some other couple small things for in clay, but I've never taken it here. I had a friend's copy, if you will, of Cosmetic says junk. No. I had a temporary copy of ZBrush for a second, but I didn't know anything about it. I had no idea. Toon keeps saying a Ghost Rider mini manga. Well, Toon, apparently you are the Ghost Rider fan of all time, so maybe we'll see how that goes. How did you? What is your connection with 3D? Are you interested at all in that sort of stuff too, or are you kind of? What is your major places of interest in terms of pop culture and such?
I just love it all. As long as it's cool and it excites me. I love sculptures. I mean, when sculptures are done right, they're mind blowing. I'm following these Schiffler brothers group on Facebook, which is just amazing stuff. A lot of Farzetta inspired things that are always very cool, and traditional art, classic art.
Who are your biggest influences?
It changes with time, but I think the first really serious influence I had was, I think, maybe Brian Fraud.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
It was right when I used to watch the Storyteller. It was a Jim Henson show.
Mm-hmm.
A guy that tells like fantastical stories, and he had a dog that speaks. So like every episode, they would take a story and just do it with the puppets and all these fantastical creatures and goblins and fairies, and it was really cool. Comic books, not a lot of comic books, but we got some comic books where I came from. And my brother, when he would travel, would bring me some. Um, so again, anything cool. Oh, there was this really cool show back then about, it was called Movie Magic. I don't know if you guys got to see it here. That was years ago. So they would just go through recent movies and just show behind the scenes of how everything is done. So I started messing with the latex masks back then.
Wow.
Kind of because of that show.
So you were definitely into that kind of stuff. Tell me, did you ever decide, like, were you ever, how I say this, what was it like being in Israel? How did you come in contact with these things, and how did you consume it? Because here in the United States, we had nothing but stuff to look at all the time on Saturday morning cartoons, after school cartoons, morning cartoons, Sunday morning movies. How did you not? I know you mentioned your brother. Was there any kind of regular sort of fun stuff? Hashtag cool fun stuff in your world growing up?
I don't know. When I was small, it was just mainly TV, and most of the channels we used to get were from Jordan, if I'm not mistaken. I was pretty small. And just stuff that was on TV. There was not a lot of channels. Movies, a lot of movies. Used to enjoy watching B and C movies with my aunt, with a bunch of masks and all that good stuff. I just kind of fell in love with it. That was before I touched computers. So that was before Terminator 2, I would say.
Mm.
When Terminator 2 really kind of blew my mind with that new thing. And I knew a guy that his parents are architects, and they had a version of the program 3D Studio back then before Windows. And I got a copy, and I just started clicking buttons because I couldn't read English back then. So just clicking stuff and seeing what happens. It was a very tedious way of learning a program.
That is nuts.
I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore.
I mean, how much of that helped you though? Was there did you learn much from it, or?
Yeah, I think most of all I learned not to be lazy about learning. So every time I see a tutorial, I remember those days where I had to learn a program just by clicking on the buttons and see what happens. I'm so very thankful.
Sketch Therapy says, I like Boris Vallejo and Hajime Sorayama, Frank Zeta, and Luis Royo. Does Danielle have a store? Do you have a store?
Store, I do not at the moment. That's
we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that.
One of the thing of my long to-do list. I'm pretty embarrassed about it.
Well, listen, it's not. It's. I think sometimes it's challenging for us, especially creative people. One of the things I think is, I know we've kind of talked about this before, but one of the things I think that we all are always going to struggle with is making time for that sort of stuff. We're so interested in creating the product of content, we don't really think about how to turn it into something that can be monetized or anything like that. Or so stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people obviously use things like Etsy and stuff like that. I like what Lab said here. The store is coming. That's right. We got you covered, brother. We got you covered. But so much of it is just a matter of just making this is what I mean by I say the right kind of connections. Now, for me, the Lab Comics has been huge to help me get squared away in terms of my organizational challenges and things like that. So finding the right kind of partnerships has been important there. So it's not a surprise that maybe you're not quite where you want to be on something like that, but that's just a matter of again finding the right connections to people.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I always said that if I had, if my job would be dependent on me selling my art, I wouldn't have a job.
Mm.
I wouldn't be able to do this, because I can't sell anything for like if my life was dependent on it.
Well, you're doing good right now. Someone your ability to do this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is nice. Yeah,
Let me see here. I'm looking over at the chat here on Instagram. Let's see here. You guys can't see. Well, I'm trying to show you guys. I'm trying to show you guys the YouTube video, guys. But you're obviously looking at my Google Hangouts as we do this. Please adjust the camera. Matches what Mama says. It'd be nice if you adjusted the view, brother. Hey, I'll tell you what, guys, on Instagram, it'd be nice if you guys went over to YouTube. It's easier that way. You can actually hear Danielle talk. Oh Lord, can't please anybody. Can't please anybody. Anyway, so talk to me about what you're at now on your sculpture, your digital sculpture.
yeah. So again, just doing the main forms. I know it looks super funny and whack right now, but trying to see how the leg is going to be depending on the body. And you can already see that it's a little top heavy. If you draw a straight line from the center of mass down, you can see that it might topple backwards. But the way the cape goes, it's going to probably go like this. And then it's just going to be fine. It's going to be leaning on the cape. And I might just push things a little bit around later. Another trick that you can do is just make sure that the top is super hollow, and just make the legs, the bottom part of the body, solid, so it's heavier. So even if that shape is kind of toppling over, it will still be able to support itself.
Right
Because
on.
most of the weight is going to be on the bottom.
Do you think at this point the idea is to make the cape solid, like from the legs back will be solid, or will it be thin? What are you thinking about that?
I really think it's mainly considering how you want to mass produce it. If you're gonna want to mass produce it with silicone molds and resin, it might be better to just make it whole, the entire thing, one piece. So it's one mold and not multiple molds. And then in that case, we have to make sure there's no gaps between the body and the cape. So it's going to be filled up and yeah, I guess painted black as much as possible. So you leave as less places for the silicone to get trapped in.
I love it, man. I love it. Why do you have the 4 windows? What's the purpose? I know, obviously, the purpose is to see things in their own respect, but I mean,
yeah,
what does each window do for you?
So this window is technically locked for the angle that I sort of established for the drawing, for the original art. And then I'm moving everything here, either if it's the front view, this one is the top view, this one is the left view. So I don't have to tumble around the camera so much. I know, like, this is the front, this is how I'm going to look from the front. If I want to move something from the side, I just jump to this window right here. And this shows me top-wise how it all relates to each other. And I can always rotate around if I want and start moving things a little more freehand.
Dude, it's looking great. It's looking great already, man.
Appreciate it.
Ooh, this is exciting.
You said you watched Venom?
Oh man, I did. And guys, you're gonna all be disappointed with me. I loved it. I loved it.
Why is it popular to hate it right now? Is that
I think it is. I think it is. I think everybody seems to be was hoping for something. I don't know. I don't know if there was an expectation that it was going to be rated R, and someone did. I just watched the video earlier today. It said that that they had advertised it as R all the way up till 2 weeks before the movie was released, and then it took a PG-13 rating. I guess that's important, but it's not that important to me. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. Lab Comic says he's going tonight. Yeah, I took the kids. Lab, I took my wife is out of town today, celebrating her birthday with a friend of hers. a girlfriend of hers. They have a similar birthday time, so
That's awesome.
I see. Sketch says everyone loved it. Everyone said it was very dumb but fun. I don't know if it was dumb. I thought it was. I don't know what. Was I crazy? Did you think it was dumb?
I don't know. I mean, there was some silliness to it, but it was intentional. It's not like they were trying to be super serious and they failed and it became a comedy.
Yeah.
But it definitely was fun. I mean, I was able to enjoy it.
Yeah. I thought it was. I thought it was good, and I like that it was a bit on the horror side.
Yes.
Without, I guess, I mean, the biggest concern I had was that it would take itself so seriously that there wouldn't be a way to fit it in with Spider-Man if they ever decided to do that.
Yeah, I get it what you're saying.
And I feel like they certainly can still make it work. Although now that they've kind of done this movie, I don't think I'm without giving any spoilers away. I don't know that I need it to be connected to Spider-Man any further. It almost felt like it was a standalone thing. It doesn't need the other stuff.
I completely agree. And I think it was intentional because you don't know what's going to happen. You got to make sure it stands by itself.
Yeah. I mean, and I know that I thought I heard that Doom buggies. No spoilers. Sketch, no spoilers. Not that that's really a spoiler, but yeah, I thought it was good, man. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. One of the things that I liked, after all, I heard that it was too dark of a movie, and like visually too dark, that people wouldn't be able to see it very well. I thought it was pretty clear to me. I went and saw it in Dolby Digital. I felt like it was strong. I didn't have a problem with it. I like to talk about it eventually and say stuff to everyone, but let's see. Critias says everyone in this chat is banned. Critias. Why do you say that, Critias? Why do you say that? Oh man, Vic the Kick, what's up, Vic? We're on YouTube right now. For those of you guys who are on Instagram, we're on YouTube. I'm talking with Danielle L. Dulitzky. We are having a blast while he's sculpting one of my mini mongers. I'm so excited. Oh my god, so pumped up. And so if you guys want to hear the conversation, come on over to YouTube. Look under my channel, Elliot Fernandez, or just type in Elliot Fernandez. You'll find us there. So 3D Robin says, harsh, Crid, harsh. Critias, why do you say such things, Critias? I don't like that, Critias. Every time I say that, I say his name, I think of what's his name? Chris Tucker, when he was doing Michael Jackson. So yeah, man. So what are some other things, man? I'm excited. What is the next movie you're excited for? Danielle, can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, definitely pretty much everything that was a trailer for. Yeah.
You're breaking up on me, brother. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think I lost him. I'll keep drawing here and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I'll tell you guys what I was thinking until he jumps back on. You may have to jump off and jump back on, brother. I'm excited for a couple of things. I saw the trailer for Mr. Glass. I thought was good, real good. I also thought that well, that was looking good anyways, because I'm a fan of those movies. Yeah, stupid internet. Everybody's saying internet bandwidth problems. What's up, Victor? What's up, dog? Chris says, because we're not scared of them anymore.
I think I'm back.
Oh, you are back. You are.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries.
The internet.
It's the, you know what it is.
Yeah.
The internet doesn't know how to spell your name. And, it shares my thing. Yeah, I was talking about the trailer for Glass was awesome.
Yes, definitely. I liked the trailer for Aquaman. Loved it.
Hey, I love that one too. I have a theory though. You ready for this?
Yes.
So you're familiar with the story from Glass, right? You're familiar with Unbreakable?
Yes.
And Split?
I have not seen Split yet. I'm
Okay.
afraid to say.
All right. So then you should see Splits. I think that'll help you. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I'm watching the trailer for Glass, and this is supposed to be the M. Night Shyamalan universe, right?
Correct. Yes.
And it just occurs to me, and I don't know if I've heard this somewhere. I think my buddy Felix told me this, but I heard somewhere that I believe that I remember. Well, first of all, in Unbreakable, this guy's power, his weakness is water, right?
Yeah. So he can drown.
He can
Just
drown.
like a normal person. It's not really. It's not like it touches him and he dies.
Right, right.
But he can drown if you try to kill him.
Okay, so he can drown if you want to try to kill him. I wish he was stronger enough to bend stuff faster. That's the only thing. He seems like while he is strong, he seems it's a little slow strength. You know, I'm so used to Superman bending things really quick, and to see him kind of like take his time to bend the bar, which is cool. You know, it's all good. But here's where I am wondering if it is the M. Night Shyamalan universe. There was another movie called Signs. Did you see that with the aliens?
Yes, I
remember
have.
those aliens were also had a problem with water. Could they be somehow connected to each other?
Maybe M. Night Shyamalan himself has a problem with water.
Wait a minute. You just ruined my theory. I'm just saying. It seems to me like there might be something there. I'm just saying that maybe that's where he gets his power from.
Maybe.
Because they have to explain a couple of things. They're gonna have to explain how the one character. Oh, by the way, what did you think about the trailer for Dark Phoenix? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw it. Honestly, I'm not trying to be negative, but I couldn't care less.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, people were giving that girl a hard time.
I have no problem with the girl. It's just that the whole whatever they're doing with X-Men, I'm ready for it to go to Marvel and see what they can do with it.
Okay. Sketch says terrible trailer. I thought it was pretty decent. I think that the girl is fine as Jean Grey. I don't know why everybody's whining about it. And if you're whining about a Sketch, stop whining. Stop your whining right now. Let me see. But no, I thought it was fine though. I thought it was fine. And every time I see it, the more I see it, the more I'm like, oh, I like her. I like what she seems like. I don't know. Benjamin Hopwood says maybe Bruce Willis gets his power from a meteorite from the science aliens' powers. That's what I'm saying. Mortal Engines was way better. Well, we'll see. I'm not sure yet how I feel. I think I like Mortal Engines, but you know what? It's such a far-fetched concept. Are you familiar with Mortal Engines?
I do not.
That's the one. That's the. I think it's. What's his name? Jackson, the Lord of the Rings guy.
Okay, Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, and it's a story about these cities that are on wheels and stuff, and everybody seems all excited about it, but I'm just not sure that I'm not ready for it yet. See, Kapow says gorgeous, but I'm ready for Marvel to get all their toys back. Oh, there you go. Right on. What's up, Kapow? What's up, man? Toon says reboot X-Men and bring on Mr. Sinister. Really? Gosh, I don't know, man. I'm just excited to have. I'm excited to have. What's his name on there? To have Jean Grey, the Phoenix, whatever version of the Phoenix, in that whole situation, and her wipe the floor with that Miss Marvel character or the Captain Marvel. She looks ridiculous.
You don't like Captain Marvel?
No, she looks unhappy. I like my Marvel characters to have happiness.
Yeah,
she looks unhappy.
I get it. I mean, she might be a little happy. It's Disney after all, so I mean, maybe she'll be happier by the time the movie ends.
Yeah, maybe. Disney's making some cool stuff, man. Did you see the trailer for the teaser for Aladdin? What do you think about that?
I did not see that one.
So, all right, I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. Not sure. I think it's going to be good. Of course, my wife is calling now. Let me send her a message. I'll call you back. I hate that message. I wish there was a list of messages that was a little more interesting. You know, like
Personalize it.
Yeah, because it says I'll call you back. That sounds so rude. When my wife reads that, she's gonna be like, what? Think you talking to? And you'll be like, oh man, what I meant, baby. No, baby, what I meant was, yeah. But anyway, let's see. Jose says all the X-Men movies are sad faced. I'm not worried about the X-Men. I'm talking about all of them, man. The Captain Marvel, she looks sad. Yeah, John Pine was right about the constant bitch face. Victor Plas, hope the movie isn't a joke fest. What are you talking about? Talking about the X-Men? I don't think it's gonna be a joke. I don't think the X-Men have taken themselves funny much. I was more interested in the New Mutants movie than I was in this, though. I was kind of hoping for that horror movie type of thing. There's a new show on Netflix. What's that called? The Haunting at Hill House. Have you seen that or heard about that?
Nope.
Do you watch horror movies? Are you a horror fan at all?
Damn, that's a good question.
Uh-oh. Now we're not friends anymore.
I mean, I enjoy some of them. We don't really have this. It's not a cultural thing where I come from.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair.
So I watched a bunch of them. I like them. I would not go and watch a bad one just because it's a horror movie, and it seems to be a thing to watch bad movies. If it's good, yeah, I'll enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember watching in the movie theater Event Horizon when I was a kid. It scared the living crap out of me.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All the sillier ones, I guess I watched the Jasons and Night on Elm Streets.
Yeah, those are okay. I'm a big fan, and not for the right reasons either. I'm a big fan of what do you call it? Michael Myers and Halloween. As far as slasher movies go, that's my favorite one. And I think the reason why is that was one of the first ones I saw, and I felt like it was the most believable one. And if that makes any sense. Obviously, it's not believable, but it felt like when I watched that one, I felt like that could be a real guy in a suit. He's slow, whatever. But Jason always seemed, well, Jason was a little over the top with the nudity, so my parents wanted me to watch that. And then or at least it seems so. Of course, I don't think they ever let me see anything like that. I just snuck around there.
Did you get to watch Exorcist?
Man, I didn't see that until I was an adult. I didn't get into Exorcist until I was an adult. Everything else, though, now that I'm older, though, I have a deep appreciation for it. And I even liked the TV show that was on for a while. Did you see that at all?
Nope, I did not.
That was good. Yeah, it was good. I don't know if it's still coming back on. I know there was a second season. Let me see. Elias Toom says, "Watch Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon." Just do it already. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll do my best. Jeez. I also have become a big fan, and this is where my heart really lies. It's in all the supernatural stuff, like Paranormal Activity. I love the Ghost Hunter shows, and I love that kind of stuff. I love the ideas. So a lot of my stories have elements of that. When I come up with ideas for characters and stories, they're elements of that sort of vibe. And this Hill House show on Netflix feels like a novel. Like they're expanding on a novel. It's a season of it so far. It has some of the creepiness. It's not scary yet though. There was just an episode I found I was like, oh, that's pretty spooky, but it's mostly creepy. Which is fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. I like being scared. So John Pine says, get Detective Dead, support Critias. That's right. He's got his, so for all you guys in the chat, check out his Indiegogo campaign. Cool idea. Give it a spin. Show him your love. All right. So I'm drawing a little superhero kid. I don't know.
That's awesome, man.
I don't know what he's going to be. Where are you at so far on the Batman?
Still doing the same thing.
Well, I can't see it.
Just putting in the shapes. I'm not showing it anymore. Oh, no. That's right. I was disconnected.
Oh.
Yeah, internets.
And why do you have Kylo Ren as your avatar? Are you a big fan of Kylo Ren?
No, I was so taken by his poutiness and that I just had to draw it. But that's that's from a movie before, right? It's not. So I've had this one for a while. I should probably change it.
No, don't change it. I like how don't give in to me. I'm an idiot.
uh, yeah, I could not really understand the reasoning for making him so like such a crybaby.
Yeah, yeah. See, now we're friends again. I like that. Yeah. Although I kind of liked him. I liked his character, the idea of the character before it evolved into foolishness. Like when I thought he was going to be a when I thought he was going to be a continuation of Vader or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was fascinating to me. When I thought that he might be talking to a ghost of Vader, perhaps, or maybe it was all in his head. He just seemed like a really interesting guy, even though the hang-ups with him were silly. I just thought, man, that guy's pretty cool. But then the last movie came out, and then I cried a little bit. Cried a little bit. What a waste of all that setup. What a waste. What a waste.
Yeah. It almost felt intentional. It's like you know what? Not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You thought you're gonna see that? Not gonna happen.
No. You tried, and game over. No more for you. Yeah, so that's my sadness for those movies. I was at the picking up some supplies at Walmart. We had a small show over St. Pete area, I think, here in Florida, and so I was at Walmart the night before grabbing some stuff. Actually, I was getting some medicine for my son. He got into some sort of like chemical in somebody's grass, and he seems to get rashes pretty easily. And so I was getting him some cortisone stuff, and then of course, whenever I go to Walmart, I always go into the toy section. Always, that's my thing. So I get into this toy section and I look at the toys, and I'm fascinated. They move some stuff around. There was this. What were they from? They're from, I forget which movie it was. I think it was I don't think it was Rogue One, but they were like stormtroopers with dirty uniforms.
Yeah.
It was like graphite, looked like they were smothered with graphite. And I was like, oh man, that looks pretty cool. But then I kept thinking, yeah, but is it really that cool? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a stormtrooper with a bunch of smudge all over him. And then I thought, is this where we've kind of gotten to? Where are the new guys? I want to see some cool bounty hunters and stuff. And I realized there are none right now. There's none of that kind of stuff. So I'm a little saddened by that. Hopefully, what do you think about this next movie? You think it's going to be any better?
You know what? I really don't know, because at least for me, J.J. Abrams doesn't have a good track record at finishing stories as much as he starts them and makes them interesting in the beginning.
You're right. I'm sad now. Thanks for ruining my life. For a moment, I hope.
But I hope for it. Yeah. I mean,
I just wish
I would rather like the movie than not like it.
Right? That's what everybody wants to do.
I don't know, man. It seems like a lot of people just go to movies to bitch about them. They forget that they go there to try and enjoy something.
That's true. I think it's okay to be angry at them when you've seen them and you don't like them, but it's never good to be angry before you go. Although I do that quite a bit. I'm a loser. Let's see. Trust non Fabulous. What's up, dog? The dictionary in the hose. Toom says, my wife kept telling me to be quiet in the cinema during The Last Jedi. The movie made me want to flip out. But don't flip out in the movie, man. I'll tell you, the only one I ever did that in, I've always tried to uphold a very strict policy of keeping quiet during movies. And I remember in Man of Steel, I had an outburst. I said, when the girl survives the destruction of the big machine, she says, he saved us. And out loud, I was so frustrated. I said, saved us? I said, you're all dead. I was like, look at that giant football-sized football field-sized crater in the middle of Metropolis. Everybody's dead. Cosmetti says JJ often picks good creative partners, though. It's hit or miss. Could be a hit. There is hope. Well, Cosmetti, I appreciate that, and I'll let you stay on here for a little while longer because you phrased it that way. Otherwise, you're in trouble. All right, so tell me more what you're doing, brother. Where are you at now?
I'm getting ready to move this thing into ZBrush. The thing is, it seems like in the drawing the head is a little tilted.
It's because I draw crooked.
I mean, it has like character to it. So
well, he's kind of like
it's turning a little bit that way. So just for sculpting's sake, I'm gonna start with the head facing forward so I can work in symmetry, and then closer to the end, I'll just rotate a little bit. But yeah, I'm just about ready to throw all this into ZBrush.
It's funny looking at him like this. It looks like a cat.
No, that's right.
It's
interesting. Totally. So yeah, this is one of the things that I left separated so I can play with this shape. How round it is, how sharp it is. Right now, I've been going with the drawing, but it has some volume to it, so I can get the roundness from this edge, and then I can straighten this one a little bit, so it looks less like big cat ears.
Yeah, whenever I draw that Batman, it basically it's like the ears are in my head. They're coming from the back of the mask up. And they create, if you just saw them, like kind of like what you have there, it's like
I get it.
It lines up with the back of his head.
So like this.
Yeah, that's kind of how that's been my approach to it, to when I draw it. But of course, I'm an idiot, so you know. I think that's what helps the. Well, it still has a cat thing, and that's always been something about Batman that I've always been kind of. It's not a negative thing at all. It's just something that I'm aware of, that he is. If it weren't for the scallop cape, he would definitely be a cat guy.
Definitely.
Despite the fighter mouse syndrome. Jose says the shit the bed with these new Star Wars movies. And you came late, Jose. We talked about Star Wars like 15 seconds ago. Sketch Therapy says that is adorable. Aww. Make me feel good. Hey, you guys in the Instagram. Guys in Instagram, I'm about to end the session because we were almost an hour into this. If you guys have been enjoying our time together, let me see. We got a few more minutes. I'll let you guys hang out for a few more minutes. Like I said, if you guys are interested in participating in the chat, most of that chat is happening over here on YouTube. We have 28 watchers right now, which is pretty good. We've been holding steady with that at a decent number here. So I appreciate all of you guys in the chat. Jose says, I was getting something to drink. All right, man, relax, dog. John Piner says, Rogue One is the best of the Disney lot for me. Yeah, I think Rogue One for me is also a good one. I'm really happy with that movie. It felt the most like, to me, like a saga film. And I still contend that it's the one that has the most heart, obviously. But did you hear the rumor that they might be bringing back, who was that, the general in white in Rogue One, the villain?
The guy that's playing the bad guy in Captain Marvel.
Is he the bad guy in Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Is it the same guy, the critic? The guy that played critic in Rogue One?
Yes.
Oh.
It's the guy from Ready Player One.
No way. Is he the in Captain Marvel, is he the wait a minute.
I mean, I don't know if he's the bad guy, but he's gonna be a bad guy. He's gonna be under makeup.
No. I'm talking about the wait a minute. I might be misinterpreting this here. So it's not him. I think what I read was nope, my bad, guys. My bad. Did you see Cthulhu's dad in Solo? No, I did not sketch. I did not see that. Tomb says Rogue One was okay, but I felt nothing for the characters. You felt nothing. Please. You're heartless, Tomb. You're heartless. I don't believe you. Because I know you have a heart. No, I think the rumor is that the Emperor Palpatine may be coming back in the next. So that's what I heard.
The actor is still around?
Yes, he's one of the few remaining original guys. Who has not, well, him and Mark Hamill. And well, it turns out Only Carrie Fisher passed away. Everybody else is still alive. That's what it feels like, though. It feels like everyone's dead. I think those movies made us feel like it's over. It's
Definitely.
over. And that's a sad thing, you know. All right, so everybody's done on Instagram. It is over. Thanks, guys. Save it. I don't know why I saved it. I'm just gonna share. Oh, John Tim's doing some cool art on Instagram. So let's see. Tomb, is my wallet heartless? No, Tomb, your wallet is not heartless. Your wallet is full of heart as long as it loves me and you keep buying my stuff. I appreciate you, brother. Who else here? John Piner says Cassian and K2 were great. I thought they were good too. Cosmetti says that's how big of a loss is Carrie Fisher for me. Her loss was so big that Cosmetti doesn't see anybody anymore. They're all dead to her. That's how. I mean, seriously though, I don't think it's. I was never really that connected to Leia. However, I certainly feel like maybe. I do feel like the way that they handled Han, and I don't know, it just feels a little. I'm disappointed, and Mark Hamill, even though he's still alive, it just seems so sad the way that they treated his character. So it's almost as though he were not around anymore, which is foolishness because obviously he has a long career ahead of him on CW Flash shows, apparently. But oh my gosh, dude, there's so many polygons going on there on that chest. I love it.
Yeah, so you can see that this operator right here basically smooths it, and that's the shape I'm dealing with. So I'm only dealing with these many vertices, which are these little spots here that build it, and then this operator on top of it just smooths it out. So when I'm editing the shape, I can just pull these guys.
Woo! Look at that. Looks like he's been enhanced.
Yeah, I was thinking more like he has a serious hernia.
Well, because I'm dirty. Let's see. Oh, Durkin says they can maybe get an attractive Leia now. That's not nice, Durkin. I'm gonna call you Durakin. How about that, Durakin? Durakin. That's your name now. So he's looking pretty cool. I'm loving what I'm seeing, brother. I love what I'm seeing. We're at 8:04 now. We've been out for a little bit over an hour now. Let's see. Let me read some more of this chat here. Hamill plays Trickster on Arrow and Flash. That's right. He certainly does. Cosmetti says Hamill is hilarious as the Trickster. I think he's great. In fact, he almost is just the Joker on there all the time, which is
definitely. I keep hearing the Joker, like the animated version of a Joker, and then I see him, and it's not him.
It's not. No. It's not
and then I'm disappointed. No, I'm kidding. I like it.
Yeah. Sketch says, if you sawed off my leg with a butter knife and threatened the other 3 limbs, I'd still rather die or live limbless than give Disney Lucas 1 red cent. I'm sorry, Sketch. That's a little heavy, Sketch. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not that important, believe me. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Oh, man. Let's see here. So now we've got the box. What's the box for?
All right. So
just the cape?
It is the cape. Damn, I wanted to surprise you.
Oh, you got me. This is looking super sexy, bro. I love it. I love it. Oh, look at that. You open up the box. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Well, you already ruined the surprise, so.
Well, I mean, you're doing it right there. This is looking great. I'm gonna find the image of the character so everybody can see him, and we'll just bounce back and forth so they can go.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Let me see if I find that guy. So for those of you who don't know, thanks for joining me. Those of you who are here right now on YouTube, we're at 28, 29 watchers here and there. If you guys like this video, if you're enjoying the work of Daniel Dulitzky, please hit the like button here, and please check out his links here. You can find him on Instagram under Daniel Dulitzky, or Facebook Daniel Dulitzky, and on artstation.com/splintered, which, by the way, you know, you are kind of splintered. You're a broken man, my friend. You're a broken man. But what? And then also, if you guys would be so kind to this, by the way, these links or these information is in the description below the video. But also, you'll notice there is a www.bigbridgedesigns.com. This is what Danielle is doing right now, is working on one of my mini monger designs, converting the Batman concept into a 3D figure that we are planning on producing as a 3D figure, real life. Was that it? What's that again?
Like a collectible.
Collectible, yeah, that's right. A collectible figurine. We're super pumped up about this. This is for me like a dream come true. I've never done anything that's been converted to 3-dimensional imagery, and my man Danielle is making it happen. Making it happen. All right, let me find the image so you guys can kind of get a hint of it here. Let's see. Where would I have that? I've been talked to about my organizational skills on my computer. I can't seem to find anything anymore these days. I seem to have misplaced every file that I thought I had squared away. So there is under here. No. Just, it's under mini mongers. Here we go. We'll hopefully open this file. I was hoping it would, oh good, it's opening a preview. So I'll share this screen for a moment. Oh, very cool. I'm gonna shrink them down a little bit. I'm gonna share. So guys, this is the, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. First let me. This is the character he's designed, he's working from. This is my illustration of Batman as a mini monger. And mini mongers obviously comes from, for those of you who may or may not know, mini monger is just a twist on my pseudonym Jerkmonger. They're the little versions of my little guys. Super excited about how this is going to be, man. This looks great already.
Thank you, man.
I'm looking forward to getting people to paint it too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. Let's see. Sketch Diary says Russian bot Mira Nokia. Okay, bro, the Spanish I can't do, man. I don't know what you're saying. The spelling is dreadful. This iPhone keyboard needs a Spanish setting. Right on, right on, right on. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing the screen so you guys have seen a little bit of what this character looks like, and as far as the design I put together, and you can kind of now go look at what Daniel's doing.
I'm gonna do a really quick preview so you can kind of see it with the light on it and judge the volumes. Just give me 1 second here.
While Danielle's doing that, I'm going to just let you guys know that this is actually going to be something that will evolve. Eventually, I'm looking forward to doing figures of characters that are not other people's product. Keep your eyes peeled. We are doing some really cool stuff. We're moving into some other new types of categories and ideas, and we're really trying to push the envelope here and create. This is just our bridge. Hence the term Big Bridge Designs, no pun intended, but yeah, pun intended. Create between the stuff that you guys are used to seeing, like this kind of product, and also what's coming behind it. A lot of cool stuff. I don't want to give anything away, so I'm being a little sheepish, as my father would say, or a little coy about it, but hang in there with me, guys. You're going to see some cool stuff. For those of you who may or may not also be aware, some of what, oh, that looks cool, man. Oh, that's cool. So now you're doing like a little rendered version of it, of what it looks like if it were
scripted. Yeah, and it's really interactive.
What?
So, that's what I wanted to show you. Maybe on a different time, on how you can utilize 3D to do some preliminary sketches and lighting tests and stuff like that.
Dude, that is dopatronic. Oh my goodness gracious. Googly moogly. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so that's too much exposure. So let's do -4.
That is sick to death.
And the cool thing about it is if I just drop a light here, and cool down the environment a little bit. It's still too bright. So let's copy this, drop it in here. Instance, and let's turn off the environment for 1 second.
Wow. Whoa. I love it. I love it. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Here we go.
Did that sound good? Did that sound good?
It did. It did.
Yeah, well, not really. Oh, look at that. It's black and white. Cool. Oh, man. It looks dope.
Yeah, so
man. This is so cool, man. This is what it's all about, guys. This is what I get pumped up about, like seeing stuff like this come to life. Man, it's almost like you don't even need it to be rendered after all, huh? So after this is put together, you'll have it squared away so that it'll be able to be put through a 3D printer, correct?
Yeah. And the 3D printer today can pretty much handle anything, but I really have to think about how fast you can produce it, because cleaning time for each print is substantial. And the more support structure you're going to have to do, the more cleaning you're going to have to do. So I'm ideally looking at maybe printing it standing up so you don't have to use any supports, which seems like it might work right now. But we'll see. And then again, if we want to make it mold ready, so molding it will be easy, and demolding it will be easy. You gotta try and keep the shapes as simple as possible. So the cavity here between his buttocks and the cape, will probably have to be filled up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we'll see how it goes, because technically we can also make all this one piece, right? Sorry.
Whoa!
Don't forget this.
Look at that.
Make this one piece and just have a peg here printed, so you can have it done in 2 pieces. Then you can still keep the negative space in the sculpture without losing it.
That is incredible, man. That looks fantastic. So just looking at it like this and seeing it come to life this way is already rewarding. What about, I guess the challenge will be to get people to do the painting of it, getting people interested to do that.
Yeah, and that's also something you can think of when you're trying to break it into parts, just to make it easier for people to paint it. Because if you have to paint the cape, right, and then you have to try and get with a brush behind all this here, without touching the back of his body and the legs, it's gonna suck a little bit.
Right. So maybe,
so maybe separating the head and the cowl to one piece. And then you can deal with the body much more easily when you're painting it.
That's definitely something to consider, making it like almost like a puzzle. There's a little statue I have from a character out of Dragon Ball Z that has it's a put together thing, almost like a little kit, which is kind of interesting. Danielle, we're running over our hour, so I want to make sure that I recognize your time and respect you. For that, will you be having a YouTube channel soon?
I have one. It's not active, but I'm planning on activating it.
Excellent. Well, when you're ready to launch it, man, let me know. When you're ready to do a grand opening, you let me know. We can celebrate it here, and we'll do it with you, and we can try to get some followers over there and get them to enjoy your work that way as well.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. So, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We are. This is Danielle, rather. Again, I'm a loser because I keep saying it wrong. Danielle L. Dulitzky, fantastic artist and illustrator, fantastic human being, as far as I'm concerned. He's a good buddy of mine, and he's always super helpful and willing to share information. So those of you who are interested in what kind of pen I use, go see him. He'll tell you what kind of pen he uses. But you can find him on Instagram at Danielle Dulitzky, and also on Facebook at Danielle Dulitzky, and on ArtStation at www.artstation.com/splintered, without the ed at the end, just the d. Yeah, this is exciting, man. Super incredible. I'm super pumped up to see how this is all coming about, man. I'm very excited. And like I said, guys, for those of you who may or may not know, that we have a site called bigbridgedesigns.com. If you go there, you can find some of the stuff that you may have missed at the convention that you didn't get to see or you didn't get to pick up while you were there. You're more than welcome to check us out there. And also, as we continue to roll out some new product, you'll see it there as well, including some things like this. We're looking at expanding onto other new kinds of product, especially as we roll into the holiday season. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, those of you who do not, sorry, but those of you who do, awesome. And you guys can check it out and see all kinds of goodies there for a very reasonable price. So I hope you guys had a great time watching Danielle work on this stuff. I'm super excited. And we're going to continue to produce as much hashtag cool fun stuff as possible. That's right. That's the hashtag I'm using now on social media. So you guys can check that stuff out and be a part of it. I'm also going to include later on a link to my Patreon, which is part of what helps to support this stuff here, the stuff that we're doing here, and helps to support me to be able to do these broadcasts and to share this artwork that I'm doing. But it all comes back down to you guys, the followers, the backers, those of you who supported us on the Black and Red book for an update. That stuff it's on its way. We got some stuff going out. I'm telling you guys, there is some really good stuff coming. And now that we've built some great partnerships, Danielle himself has some great work. He's also partnering with us at some of the conventions that we do. So when we start posting these things, expect to find us there together on many occasions, and you guys can enjoy that as well. Anyway, y'all, seriously, be kind to each other. Stop fighting with people in the streets. None of you guys are vigilantes. Put down your gloves, put down your capes, grab a cup of coffee, enjoy a good book, and love one another with kindness. Or shoot each other on video games. That's always fun too. And for the rest of you, see, First Wave of Black and Red says the Lab Comics art books are out tomorrow. Boom, shaka and laka. And starting this week, I will start working on the new commissions. For those of you who requested commissions or that perk during the campaign, you will be getting some further love and affection. And that's right, Sketch Therapy. Don't forget some café con queso. That would be coffee with cheese. Have you heard about that before, Danielle?
Yes. Yes, I have.
You have. Have you had it before?
No, I do not drink coffee.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Judy Robbins says, make tea, not war. Indeed, my friend. Indeed. You got to try it. I need someone to back me up on this. I'm like the only guy who knows anything about it. Maybe Sketch knows about it. I know he does. Uncanny Kodak says, Elliot is my mentor for reals. I appreciate that, Kodiak. Big Bear, I appreciate you, brother. Because when it says, no to the coffee, try it, girl, try it. And by the way, it used to be, I think it was supposed to be cheddar, but I gotta be honest with you. When you're dealing with ghetto styled cuisine, I did it with American cheese. God knows I loved it. Sketch says, I back you up. And Critias, it's a Boricua thing. Boricua, that's right. Puerto Rico. It might be a Cuban thing too. I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe Jose knows about it. What do you think? Think he's aware of this cafe con queso deal? I suspect he doesn't. Anyway, Danielle, any last things you want to say? Anything you want to promote? Any special things at all?
Just stay tuned. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to start working on for myself. Just trying to get the free time to do it. And after meeting you guys, it definitely gave me a boost.
Excellent.
Wanting to do all that stuff again. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, man. Right on. And we're happy to have you, man. And if there's any way and this is a sincere statement, if there's anything we can do to help you, but anything I can do personally, you always have me at a phone call away, brother. So you just let me know.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, party people, thanks for hanging out with us. It is almost 8:30. That's been an hour and a half, and you guys have been super supportive. We appreciate you guys. Again, overall, most of you are fantastic. Some of you are like A grade. Some of you guys like B grade. I'm just kidding. You're all fantastic. And everybody gets a trophy. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.